guys, I'm here to talk to you guys about what Jeff asked this week, and I'm going to get to my question later in the video. So Jeff asked a couple of questions this week. The first one is that I'm going to address is why Illinois? And I have a very concrete I don't know for Illinois. When I think about it, there was never a definitive moment when I decided I wanted to go to the University of Illinois. I went to a couple basketball games when I was a kid. I went to a couple football games when I was a kid. I grew up a huge Notre Dame fan, so I always dreamed of going to Notre Dame. And then when I looked it up, there wasn't really that much of a music education program at Notre Dame, and I knew I wanted to do music education, and so I decided not to go there. So I think when I think about it now is that probably one of the bigger factors was Marching Illini and Professor Hauser. Is that when I went to Smith Walbridge when I was a junior in high school, that was my first experience with someone at a collegiate level of teaching, and I was blown away by Barry, and I'm still blown away by the stuff that Professor Hauser does. Uh, but I think he was a huge influence on why I decided to come here because I knew I still wanted to be involved in marching band, and so I wanted to be in a program that was going to be really good, but it was also led by really good people. And I'm really glad the choice I made because there are people who I never met before I got here, like Professor Moore and my tuba instructor, and Dr. Gerald, who is my band director right now, and both of them have just really just made me love the fact that I chose Illinois. For Jeff's other question, what would I play if I didn't play my primary? My primary is euphonium. I play trombone on the side, so I'm not going to count that one. I always wanted to play French horn, and I'm kind of kicking myself back in the fifth grade when I decided to play trombone at first, because my fifth grade teacher told me if you can't sing, French horn's probably not a good idea. And I really couldn't sing, and I still really can't sing now. But I wish I would have just kind of powered through and decided to play French horn because I really love the French horn sound. And I love the range on it, and I just really wish that I had a chance to play it and get better at it. And I haven't taken French horn methods yet, and hopefully I'm okay at it because I would like to be kind of good at it. But I'm kind of glad that I played euphonium. Kind of glad that I keep up with trombone. But I wish I really had a chance to play French horn because it's an instrument I really, really enjoy. Just last question was, why did I want to be a music major? And kind of also along the lines, I was at my high school. If you did band for 4 years, you got a gym exemption your junior and senior year because they counted it kind of like a varsity sport. Uh, and when I came in as a freshman, I stuck with band because I wanted the gym exemption. Uh, and it was probably my sophomore year when I kind of realized what I wanted to do because I really had no idea. I was pretty good in school. I was good at math. I didn't really like reading, but I was good at analyzing things. Um, and I was never very good at music until I started to apply myself and really uh, get a passion for it and really enjoy it. Um, I think it was my sophomore year when I became the drum major of my band for my junior and senior year, and it probably comes along the same lines of why I chose Illinois was that I went to Smith Walbridge and I was surrounded by all these people who were passionate about something that I was passionate about, and I never really had that before. I obviously had my band directors back home, but I was surrounded by peers who weren't as focused on music as I wanted to be. And then another huge moment for me was the summer before my senior year. I did drum and bugle corps with the Colts Drum and Bugle Corps, and that was the first time I felt a personal connection through music with other people because we lived together for 3 months, and so while the activity was centered around music, I learned so much more about teamwork and unity and working as a group, more like a sport, but having music at the same time. So that was a really cool experience for me to be able to really bond over something like that and meeting people who were at the college level who were still loving it when they're 21, 22, and then my instructors who were loving it when they were in their 30s to 50s to 60s and 70s. So it was really cool to meet all those people and really confirm the fact that I wanted to be a music major. All right, so now on to my portion of the video, and I'm going to ask, since we're kind of along the lines of athletics, I want to ask, were you an athlete when you were younger or in high school? And how did that really affect your character growing up? And kind of, I have a kind of an interesting story about like my uh, athletic career as it relates to my musical career. So I'll get right into it. Uh, Essentially, when I was in the eighth grade, I tore my ACL, and I was pretty much I played 3 sports. I played football, baseball, and basketball my entire life. My dad was an athlete. He wanted me to be an athlete. When I tore my ACL in the 8th grade, I was kind of sidelined for a while, and so I had to find another outlet to really express myself in that wasn't sports. And I still love sports to this day, and I still love participating in sports. Um, but it was probably the switch the summer between my 8th grade and freshman year that I started to care a little more about music. And it wasn't really until like my freshman year when I realized that maybe sports weren't the thing for me because of injuries that I really applied myself and really learned to love music for what it was. There was still a lot of the aspects of teamwork and a lot of leadership opportunities in music, and just the environment of it. Honestly, uh, if I gained nothing musically from my high school program, I gained so many friends, I gained so many connections, I gained so many skills that I can still use today. I really branched out socially because of music, and it really kind of changed the course of my life. And it was all kind of based off the fact that I decided that maybe athletics weren't the thing for me. And so I know a couple of you guys in the group were athletes. I know personally Brandon Jarrett was not an athlete. No offense to you, Brandon. Uh, but I know that a lot of you guys played the balancing game between music and or band or orchestra and sports at the same time. So I want to see what your experiences were and kind of the similarities between the athletic events that you were a part of and the musical side of your life, and really see how the two were similar, how they were different, how one affected the other, how one kind of changed the course of where you were going with the rest of your life. Because athletics and music for me, uh, I'm still very involved in athletic bands a lot, probably because I love sports so much, and it's such a great opportunity for me to be a part of the team and be a part of the environment without actually being on the court or being on the field. So that's what I have for this week, guys. I think this is the last video, so this is my question for the last cycle through. And thanks. It's been a really interesting and really fulfilling experience to do these videos. So, bye.